actual phone. Okay. We had went to the beach on a school trip. A different wave of energy was supposed to be felt. We were young, but we felt so old. We were here for our accomplishments, not for our expected future. We were supposed to feel liberated, free-spirited, but that was already artificially behind us. We began to feel self-unconscious, afraid to take off our cover-ups, to reveal the roles of established flesh that we all had, but we couldn't accept on ourselves for unknown reasons. We ran from the Previews boys and wishing that they would want to chase us back, rather than sneaking off in the wet sand to whisper of possible tangible and intangible grotesque planned memories. We ran away from the crashing waves and infiltrated sands with crushed seashells that echoed our past, rather than the unbiased reflection that I had once known. We ran to discover the purpose of our running, rather than from the pure embarrassment of unacknowledgement and fear of what was expected to come of us in our next stage. What was already expected of us, so much that it seemed that it was already behind us, and that we didn't even need to work hard to get it, because it would align perfectly for us, like a cutout horoscope. I knew exactly what to expect of my fate. We ran even further, our bare feet sizzling in attempts to adjust from the smooth sand that was a salt water and glass compound to the uncomfortable, black, anthropogenic pavement. We had ran into the soda machine and took out our pre-packaged dollars that we were taught to put face first to receive exactly what we wanted to receive: enjoyment. One by one, we scooped our colas, a refreshing contrast to our sudden perspiration, a symphony of pushing on the metal to release the liquid of an all too familiar taste, one that was indescribable and like any other taste. This was one of the last times where $1 could buy us instant gratification, and we didn't even care about the immediate consequences. We were good. We all deserved that feeling, that hope. Soon, that sweet carbonated moment would be lost in our infatuations with the sweet purity of the drink being a gross, sugary brown liquid with chemicals and dyes. For the first time, I understand the hardships of a Bob Dylan type. Listening to his laments through my father's antique crackled speakers as the LP turned, I wondered why he moaned, and moaned. He was an adult, I thought, so why were his answers still blowing in the wind? I finally understand the notion of being tangled up in blue, of an overflowing past waves of nostalgia, and wondering how the other turns would have ensued, rather than the narrowed sidewalk I decided to walk on. His rhetorical questions felt so intimate, but those same exact questions he has asked a million other times to other lost souls, and everyone that has ever come across the sweet, genuine American soul that we all long to be, or at least be one of those that he reflected about. That is something that has not changed. The long-time lust of being wanted to be thought about or chased about, no matter if it is a Bob Dylan or a juvenile boy. We walked back instead of the joyous running. In fear of spilling our purchases, we had something to care for, to be aware for. Our scorching feet were finally relinquished from the asphalt compound that made up our pain, our agony, and then we finally reached for the outstretched hand of our cared one. We then gave them the almost empty aluminum, the harsh rays reflecting off the iconic red sparkle. They asked us to stand together for a picture, as if it would be the last time we would ever feel unified.